Okay, so what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be pulling the entire AC unit. So I think the easiest way, I've already got my cruise control, I've got my power steering going. I'm pretty positive the easiest way to do this is you're going to have to pull your alternator to access your AC compressor that's down here, and that's what we're going to be removing. With that, we've got our AC lines right here. So it looks like two 10mm bolts that hold both these lines on down here that we're going to be pulling. It's going to be wrapping around all the way over here to the passenger side. You will have to have the front bumper off because you're going to need to pull off your condenser right here. This is part of the AC unit. And then I don't know what this little guy's called, I'll find out. So we're going to pull all this junk off here. We can also remove this bracket because all this does is support the hard lines, which you can see mine's not even supporting it, so why the hell do I even have it on there? But yeah, let's pull all this shit and start cleaning up the engine bay. Okay, so in order to remove it all, there were a bunch of 10mm bolts. There's one right here that goes to this guy. There's another 10mm right here that goes to this guy. Then you'll have two 10mm bolts right here that hold in the condenser. Now the hard lines right here, this guy travels over here on the passenger side. You can either use a Phillips head or it's still a 10mm bolt right there too. So there's two right here that you got to remove, and it follows all the way back here towards the firewall. Now if you can see in there, there's a bolt that you got to remove. There we go, right there. That'll end the hard lines right there, so you got to pull that guy out. Pull this piece right here. I'm gonna guess this is actually a 17. I don't have a 17 on me. I tried a 15, it didn't fit, so it's kind of my next best guess. They're all about 17s, 19s, 10s, that type of thing for the Hondas. So we're just gonna loosen it up and pull this little thing right off because it's already loosened everywhere else. So if you're worried about preserving your hard lines, it's probably easiest to remove your battery tray. That way you don't bend the hard line up when you're actually pulling it because there's no gap in between there. And you kind of have to wiggle it through the firewall, or not the firewall, I'm sorry, the front subframe. You got to get it through this tiny little hole. Plus, you're not working with a lot of room when you actually remove it down below, right down here. Alright, so we're going to finish pulling this AC line right here. There's actually just a tiny bolt. You can barely see it. I know my phone won't focus. But, there we go. We're going to pull that bolt off, and then we can just yank this right out. Don't worry about getting the rest of the AC afterwards.